Hello, I'm Richard Coleman. I've been a consultant neurologist in Aberdeen for nearly 25 years now. For the past 7 years I've been Director of Medical Education, and for the past 18 months I've been one of the Associate Medical Directors within the newly formed Medical Directorate, and in my Associate Medical Directorate role I have responsibility particularly for education, training, also workforce and research. Most of my work is to do with medical education. There are, as it were, three areas of medical education. There's undergraduate teaching, postgraduate training and continuing medical education. The Medical Directorate is really to do with professional aspects of our work, and I think education is a professional responsibility for at least two reasons. First, because we all have a responsibility to keep up to date and to be competent in what we're doing, and secondly, because we have a responsibility to help educate and train the next generation to pass on what we've learned to those who are following us. I think it used to be thought that education within the health service was a bit of an optional extra, whereas now it's regarded as a core activity. It's something that the NHS does, and because of that it has to be done to certain standards. So we now have the concept of educational governance, which sits alongside the other concepts of, say, clinical governance and research governance. Medical education in the UK is a regulated process, and the GMC is the regulator, the statutory regulator for all aspects of medical education in the UK. One of the things that the GMC does is to set standards for medical education, and in a nutshell, my job is ensuring that NHS Grampian is meeting the regulatory standards in this area. I can't do that alone, and I'm really pleased that we have a medical education team now in NHS Grampian to help me, including some associate directors of medical education who are there to help support trainees and trainers to help address issues, responding to feedback, sharing good practice, that sort of thing. I'm also involved in part of the assurance process, which means reporting to the board, or at least one of the board committees. I feel that I get a lot out of working with trainees who are obviously a lot younger than me, increasingly so, and they have a much bigger stake in the future than I do. So I think they're a really exciting group of colleagues to be working with, and I think having good trainees and a good training environment is good for morale within departments, it's good for future recruitment, and it's helping to ensure that we can continue to deliver high quality medical services not only now but in the future as well.